Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Dial, and welcome back to Hands on the Dial, part 2 of my review of the Christopher Ward C1 Moonphase. Man, it is a watch, guys. I absolutely enjoyed this watch from start to finish. Thank you again to Christopher Ward for even allowing us to even just give us this watch. I mean, I took this watch to Cape Town. We took it traveling. We went for a watch event, and everyone was flabbergasted by like the aura of the watch. And I mean, just taking it off just for a second, just so you can look at it. I mean, this thing is insane, guys. Like, the Aventurian dial really stood out for me. I remember when I unboxed it, and I was like, I'll tell you how I feel. I couldn't stop wearing this watch every day, whether I was going to work or whether I was just doing whatever. This watch is amazing. And one thing that I like about it is the Moonphase, of course. And I always often find myself going out at night, in the cold night, because right now in the southern hemisphere, should I say, it's winter. So I'd go out every night and check, where's the moon compared to the watch? And it was pretty accurate. So shout out to Christopher Ward for that. Like I said, I had a comment that was saying we need to talk more about the movement, but I mean, this kind of watch, I mean, I don't want to bore you with that, but again, for the sake of that comment, 40.5 millimeters in diameter. It has an Aventurian dial with a Moonphase, navy blue strap as well, and yeah, just pure goodness, man. And it has a Salita movement, as I mentioned before in the first video, with the JJ08 module. But yeah, I mean, those are the great things about the watch. Now, I did have a couple of, I wouldn't say, yeah, there were things that I disliked but not hated about the watch. The first thing is I feel like the strap is a bit of a faff to put on, because when I first initially tried to get it on, it was very, very difficult. I think I just didn't quite understand it at first, so it took me like about an hour or two just to get the strap on and just to get the right size. So I wish it had a little bit more of a pin buckle, but I guess Christopher Ward wanted to have more of an occasion with it. But I mean, it does look good like this, but I just felt like, they could have just had a more simple way to put on the watch. The second thing is, when I was wearing it a lot, I felt sometimes, at some points, I felt the watch fatigue, like after wearing it for a long day. I mean, of course, there's a lot of pieces of technology in this, so you can imagine trying to fit all that in a case. Sometimes after wearing it for a day, I'd feel like a little slight pain. Like if I were to rate it 1 to 10, the pain was like around 3 to 10, 3 out of 10. So I guess I'm nitpicking there. But yeah, I mean, those are the things that I disliked about the watch. But in terms of the rest of it, I mean, the watch is perfect, honestly. I really, really do like it. And I'm sad to see it go. This has been a great watch. And one thing I also like about it, and I'm sure you've seen it in our previous videos, is the low-key aspect of it. I mean, of course, the watch is not really low-key. I mean, it's Aventurian dial, has a big moon phase, but a lot of people don't know what the watch is. And in my first part 1 video, I said that Christopher would actually gambled with not actually putting their logo on their watch, so a lot of people wouldn't know what it is. But I think when I pulled it out, especially like events, when I went to the watch event in Cape Town, people were very, very intrigued. And we had beautiful, awesome conversations about where Christopher Ward is going and how their watch construction and how they make watches are unrivaled, and how they're actually putting more money into making their own movements, like with the C12 logo that we forever preach about on this channel. But yeah, I mean, Christopher Ward is just a brand that just brings conversation in general. And honestly, like when I've had this watch, I've always felt confident, even though it doesn't have its name pitched in the front, but it just reminds you. I think this watch made me feel more relaxed. There were some days where I had like stressful days, and then I just look at it and I'd be like, okay, you know what, everything's gonna be okay. In terms of the price, would I recommend that you would invest in such a watch? Because the price is going for around £1,195, which is, I think, around the 50,000 Rand range. I think you should. I think it's something that you should consider. buying, it's especially if you want something different, not known to a lot of people. But I mean, if you're looking for a more kind of legacy brand, if you're looking for that kind of thing, like, okay, this is what it is, then maybe it's not the watch for you. But if you're looking for something that has passion inside it, I think the Christopher Ward is definitely worth the money. And I feel like it's actually undersold. I feel like this watch could have actually been more. So Christopher Ward did do us a huge, huge favor, because I mean, having a Moonphase and putting it at 2,000 pounds, Moonphases aren't really that, are very difficult things to construct. So the price point for the Christopher Ward, I absolutely agree with 100%. You guys should get this watch if, whoever has that kind of money. But yeah, I mean, no buts really. It's just, it is what it is, man. 50,000, I would definitely buy this watch for sure. And who knows, one day it could be part of my own personal collection, but we'll see about that. But I mean, again, thank you so much to Christopher Ward for even giving us the C1 Moonphase. I remember when we first even had that discussion, I didn't even think that it would be possible, but they sent it anyway. So I don't know. Hey, we appreciate you. That's all I'm going to say. And then in terms of the unboxing experience, I know I briefly, not even briefly, but I think I touched on it on part 1. And even in the legacy versus micro brand video, they put so much into their unboxing experience. And one thing I would say is that continue to do that. I felt really special. And, some days I would just go through the box again and read the manual. I know, like, me reading manuals is a crazy thing, but there's just something in that where it's just like, what, someone took time out of their day to just make this, and to just make sure that the box is beautiful as the watch is. And I feel like that's something that you can also, appreciate about something. Look, of course, the main occasion is always the watch, but for me, it's about the experience behind the watch, the show that they put on for you. So I really did like the unboxing experience. But yeah, I mean, what else is there else to talk about? I mean, guys, this is a knock in the park, out of the park, shall I say, for Christopher Ward. And out of 10, if I were to give it out of 10, I think I'd give it an 8, simply because I wanted a pin buckle, but nitpicking. But yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, I am sure people out there would give it a 10 out of 10. And I feel like also with the C1 Moonphase, I know like everyone is raving about the C12 Loco and the Belcanto sometimes, but I do kind of like the angle that they took with the C1 Moonphase. So I feel like for me, if I were to choose between a Belcanto and a Moonphase, I'd go for a Moonphase, because I don't know, I like things that aren't talked about as much. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's all for me. This watch was great. Everyone loved it. People who wore it, I know Matt wore on the channel. That's kind of like his favorite watch. But yeah, everyone loved it, man. So there's nothing really much else to say, guys. If you have 50,000, please go to Christopher Ward. They are worth it, and they will take care of you. But yeah, that's all from me from today. If you please also like this video so that we can get more watches from Christopher Ward as well, because they always look at the channel, and our Christopher Ward videos have been the best performing. So guys, keep up the love, and we can see that you guys love Christopher Ward. So hopefully we can get more watches onto the channel and compare them side by side. But that's all from me. Like, share, subscribe, share it with your friends. And thank you so much for the amount of love and the subscribers we've been getting. But as always, stay on the watch.